But on listening to Thomas Sheridan, he's talking about when he is alone with people, he just wants to make them feel good. He wants to connect with them, be in this moment right now. Just be in this moment and make them feel good. Isn't that beautiful? He says that's a really, really part. Hey, how are you doing? It's Alan here from Look for Warriors. And I want to talk about Thomas Sheridan really quickly. It's a very important time now, and I think we all have, it can be difficult for people. We're on lockdown, we're all worried about the Rona. I've just been sick. I've been sick the last 3 days. Maybe 5 days if you take into account every day. And I don't treat myself well when I'm sick. I'm just like any kind of chocolate or sweets or ice cream or crisps. I don't treat myself well when I'm sick. I'm just run down and I want sugar. And I think we all have this difficult times, and we're getting into a difficult mindset now, which is, we're all going to get into this mindset now. Well, you know, things are bad, aren't they? Isn't there bad coming? And we all going to be locked down. We have to do this. We have to do that. We have to get vaccinated. We can't travel. We can't go and see our granny. All of this. We can't see our granny in our old folks' home. She might die without seeing us. It's difficult, isn't it? But I was listening to Thomas Sheridan. He was talking about this, and we're all interested in the fear porn to some extent. We want to find out. We want to check how many people have died today. None. Stop. By the way, I've checked. But in Ireland. But we want to know how many cases is there. We want to just take all the fear porn in, and it's that kind of time right now. But on listening to Thomas Sheridan, he's talking about when he is alone with people, he just wants to make them feel good. He wants to connect with them, be in this moment right now. Just be in this moment and make them feel good. Isn't that beautiful? He says that's a really, really part of his, he said that's really important part of his magical life. He calls it magical life because he's a pagan. But I would take it one step forward. I would say it's a very important part of your spiritual life. Spiritual life, however you define that. That when you are talking to people, one-on-one, one to a few, one to many maybe, that you make them feel good. And I've had another friend of mine, Liam. He's a great guy. During his life, he's taken on some really difficult issues. And he's been out there, he's been in newspapers, that's how I know him. He's been in newspapers, radio shows, and taken on a lot of really difficult issues. Really heavy issues. And now, he's older now. He's retired. And now he just plays music. He just plays music to people and helps people. And wants to make them feel good. And isn't that what really matters? Isn't that what really matters at the end of the day? Isn't that what, now maybe I'm wrong, but I'm asking the question, isn't that what really matters? Isn't that what really matters, that we can connect and make other people feel good in the moment? That you can play with your kids, that you haven't got all this stuff going on in your head. I'm saying this because I've been listening to Anthony DeMello again. I love Anthony DeMello, and he talks about this. He talks about the person who has a diagnosis of cancer. And for the first time, he lives because he's living in the moment for the first time ever. Before his diagnosis of cancer, he was worried about the bills and what people thought of him and whether the future was going to be okay, whether the past was okay, what happened in the past, what happened in the future. And he was never in this moment right now. Never in this moment. And as soon as he got the diagnosis of cancer, he came into this moment and never left. He was like, I've never ever lived until I was told I was going to die. And we're all going to die. May not be today, maybe it might not be tomorrow. I'm hoping to go to about 100. McAfee died today. McAfee sent a post out, a Twitter post, is it called a Twitter post? Called Twitter tweet, He sent a Twitter tweet out, John McAfee, and he said that if he dies, if I die, I didn't kill myself, just so you know. And then he suddenly has killed himself in a Spanish prison. And none of us know when our time is. None of us know what our time is. I came pretty close to this. Well, not me, but I've had experience of closeness of this recently in a family. And none of us know when our time is. None of us know when it's going to be our last Father's Day. When it's going to be our last birthday. It's going to be that last time you go for a walk in the woods with your kids. Or the last time you say goodbye to them when they leave for school. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And that's part of the beauty of life. And I'm halfway through. I'm hoping. Maybe I'm almost there. Who knows? Who knows? But maybe I'm halfway through. And we don't know that moment. We don't know that moment. So that's why I like what Thomas Sheridan said. That's why I like what my friend Liam says as well. And what Bob Marley said. Bob Marley says he plays music to make people feel good. Now, he was Rastafarian religion. I don't know anything about that, except that you grow dreadlocks. That's about all I know. But in his words, what he said was that he plays music to make people feel good. Because if he's making people feel good, then he's doing good in this earth. And he's changing the whole vibration of the earth by making one other person feel good. And isn't that true? Isn't that true? Isn't that moment you spend with your kids? That moment you spend with your kids, and you're having fun. The time you're walking in the woods. I'm sorry for the dogs in the background. I'm starting to realize there's dogs in the background. But let's carry on. They're just dogs. Maybe they feel good right now. And that's what Thomas Sheridan was saying. It's part of his magical life to make other people feel good, to joke around, to make light of situations. That's part of the Irish storytelling spirit, to make other people feel good. So that's all I wanted to mention. That's all I wanted to mention. Instead of trying to change the world, instead of trying to change the rainforests, or trying to change, make one other person feel good today. Make one other person feel good. Connect to one other person. Connect to one other person and make them feel good. And that changes the whole vibration of the planet. Just like Thomas Sheridan said, just like my friend Liam said, and just like Bob Marley said, that changes the whole world. The reverberations of that will change the whole world until we live in a much better world, the age of Aquarius. This has been Alan here from Looking for Warriors. Do me a favor, make me feel good by hitting that subscribe button. It just makes my day.